Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Margarita. I'm a stay-at-home homeschooling mama of 4 kiddos. On this channel, I share homemaking and motherhood videos. Today, I'm sharing how I meal prep at the beginning of the week to help me get dinner on the table on my busy weekdays. We are a homeschooling family, so the majority of my day is spent homeschooling. And then in the afternoon, we have errands that we have to do. My kids have extracurricular activities that they do, so I don't have a lot of time to make dinner. At the beginning of the week, I sit down and look at my calendar and I figure out what I can cook on every single weekday. Then I make a grocery list and go to the grocery store. When I get back, I start meal prepping. So I start doing things that can help me get dinner on the table on those weekdays. So let's take a peek on what I did this week to help me do that. I am starting my prep off with doing my sourdough bread dough, which is going to ferment overnight, and I'm also making a pizza crust that's also sourdough, which will be tomorrow's lunch. I am going to put that aside and then feed my starter and put that to the side. I am making chicken enchiladas for one of the dinners this week, and I need some cooked chicken for that. And the fastest way to do that is in the Instant Pot, so I'm going to get that cooking. Then I move on to the next dinner. I'm making some Alfredo Tortellini. I just buy this Alfredo from Costco. I'm going to boil that and make my own homemade Alfredo sauce. I will leave the recipe I use for the Alfredo sauce down below, but I kind of just use it for the measurements. I don't follow the instructions exactly on it. I like to saute my garlic in the butter and then add the cream. I just feel like the garlic releases all of its aroma and it just tastes a lot better. These tortellini from Costco cook really fast, and my sauce is still not ready, so I'm just adding a little bit of oil to make sure they don't stick to each other. And once my sauce is done, I'm just going to season it with some pepper, some salt, a little bit of Italian seasoning, stir everything together with the Parmesan cheese, and then I'm going to toss my tortellini with the sauce and spread it into a casserole dish. And this will be a really nice dinner for one of my busiest days of the week. I just have to stick it in the oven, toss a fresh salad together, serve it with some crusty bread, and that will be dinner. Now that my chicken has cooked through in the Instant Pot, I'm just going to shred it with a fork, and then I'm going to create the filling for my enchiladas. In a bowl, I just have half a stick of cream cheese, about a third cup of sour cream, diced chilies, enchilada sauce, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Then I'm going to stir everything together and put aside about 1/3 of the mixture that's just going to go on top of the enchiladas. Then into the rest of the mixture, I'm going to add the shredded chicken and a couple cups of cheese, and then stir everything together and fill my tortillas. I am adding about half a cup of filling into a tortilla and rolling them up and then placing them into a casserole dish. This will be another meal for one of my more busier days. All I have to do is stick it in the oven and dinner will be ready. Next, I am prepping all the chopped vegetables I need for the week. I like to do this because a lot of times I need the same things for multiple recipes. For example, I'm making soup and stir fry this week, and both call for onions and carrots. So I chopped them both up and placed them in the Ziploc bags. And lastly, I am prepping my ground chicken and onions for the chicken patties. I'll link that recipe down below for you. My kids love these chicken patties, but they are so time consuming and messy and not something I want to do after a full day of homeschooling. So I like to give myself a head start by grinding the chicken and onion the day before, and then the day that I cook them, I just add the rest of the ingredients and shape and cook them. So this is what the meal prep looks like for the week. In the bowls, this is the sourdough pizza crust. This is gonna be fermenting overnight on the counter. This is the whole wheat sourdough bread. Also keeping this out on the counter until morning tomorrow. This is the Alfredo Tortellini. That's going in the fridge and it's gonna go straight into the oven. These are the chicken enchiladas, also ready to go into the oven. This is the ground chicken and onion for the chicken patties that we're making tomorrow. So I'm going to just add breadcrumbs, egg to that, I think sour cream, and just mix it up together and fry those. This is everything for the minestrone soup, and this is everything for the stir fry. I have the meat in the freezer that's already sliced for stir fries. So we have a garage fridge, which is where all of these things are going to be kept in until I need them. So I hope that portion was helpful and you understand kind of what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to show how I took those ingredients and things that I prepped at the beginning of the week and I created my dinners during my busy weekdays. So jumping right in, this is the pizza dough that I used to make lunches this week. I just made them in the cast iron skillet in the oven. I only filmed one of them, but we did have 4 pizzas. So jumping into the first dinner of the week, I added the rest of the ingredients into the ground chicken and then shaped and cooked the chicken patties. This recipe uses a lot of dishes, bowls, and pans, but I make it about once or twice a month anyways because all of my kids love them and it's not always easy to get my toddler to eat meat. So we make it work by meal prepping the ground meat beforehand. So this is what the finished product looked like. I also made some potato wedges in the oven and a cucumber and tomato salad. We like to dip our patties and wedges into ranch. Moving on to the next dinner of the week, I made beef stir fry. I already had sliced meat frozen in the freezer, so I just thawed it and cooked it first. I like to season it with salt and pepper and paprika. Then I remove it from the skillet and add the vegetables. And see how easy this is? Everything is sliced and prepped and ready to go. I like to season my veggies with salt, pepper, and paprika for some color. I stir fry them until they are cooked through, and then I add the cooked beef back into the pan and some teriyaki sauce. This is my favorite teriyaki sauce at the moment from Trader Joe's. So dinner is done. I just cooked some rice, and I'm just gonna serve the stir fry veggies and meat over some rice. The next day I had a very busy day and I was so tired, but the family has to eat, and because I prepped ahead of time, I can feed them easily. All I had to do was stick the enchiladas into the oven and heat them through and then make some Spanish rice. I like to prep casseroles for my busiest days of the week because it makes life just a little bit easier. So this is what dinner looked like today. I have 2 cans of corn that I heated up with some butter, the enchiladas, and the Spanish rice. Moving on to the next day, I made soup for dinner. I like soups because they are a one-pot meal, but they can be time-consuming if you have a lot of veggies to dice up. But because I prepped the veggies in advance, I was able to get it done in no time. I'm sauteing my veggies in some olive oil until they are cooked through. Then I add some fresh crushed garlic into the pot, and then I add some tomato sauce. Stir everything together, and afterwards I add chicken stock. If I don't have any homemade chicken stock, I'll just add some store-bought one, but I usually do have some homemade chicken stock because I like to make my own from any chicken bones that we have. I season my soup with some salt and pepper, some basil and oregano. I also like to add about a tablespoon of white wine, and then I'm going to add the pasta. I try to find the smallest pasta that I can, and I add about a cup worth. Then I bring it to a boil and add my kidney beans. I cook the soup until the pasta is cooked through. I love to serve my soup with some crusty bread. And on the final dinner this week, we had the Alfredo Tortellini. My husband was out of town this night, so it was just me and the kids, and I decided to take the kids to the park after school, and we came home starving. I was able to stick the casserole into the oven and steam some broccoli for a quick and easy dinner. Alfredo is always best fresh, but we don't mind it heated up in a casserole dish. It saves me a lot of time. Instead of cooking from scratch tonight, I was able to enjoy the beautiful autumn day with my kids because I knew I already had dinner ready. So this is what dinner looked like. I had my tortellini with a Caesar salad and some leftover chicken, which I made from yesterday's lunch. The kids had broccoli instead of salad and some orange slices for dessert. Well, I hope this video was helpful. If you liked this type of video, please leave a comment down below and let me know, and I'll consider making more of them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.